Well, tonight the public is invited to a public meeting at Gregory-Portland High School to talk about an air quality permit request for that $7 billion ExxonMobil plant planned by Gulf Coast Ventures. And that company has already received its permit for the main site, but this second permit will be specifically for its marine terminal on La Quinta Ship Channel. And while the project is expected to create some 6,000 jobs and about 600 permanent jobs, clearly not everyone is happy about the project. Our Bill Churchwell joins us live tonight from that meeting with the very latest. Bill?
And that meeting gets underway in less than an hour from now. Here at the high school's auditorium, you can already see a couple of people arriving for that meeting, waiting for it to start. We're told a group called For the Greater Good will be out here in the parking lot beforehand to rally against what they are calling, quote, pollution permits. Now, it was just last week when we brought you the groundbreaking ceremony for the major project just northwest of Portland, sitting on what was once cotton fields. ExxonMobil joined together with SABIC to build the facility, again, $7 billion project. Now, that meeting again starts at 7 p.m. here at Gregory-Portland High School, and we will have a full wrap-up coming up tonight on 3 News at 10 o'clock. For now, reporting live, I'm Bill Churchwell. Now back to you.